Hi, my name is Douglas and I am with Baltimore County Public Library. And today we are going to be cooking a late summer lunch that is going to knock your guests' socks off. So, I'm using the book Plant-Based Gourmet, Vegan Cuisine for the Home Chef by Chef Susie Gerber. And we are starting out strong with a cucumber soup. The great thing about this cucumber soup is it's a little bit informal. You can make this ahead of time, easy ingredients that are easy to find, and we're just gonna throw everything into a blender, a high-speed blender, and it's gonna grind it up and make a delicious, wonderful chilled soup that you can put in the refrigerator and then start your next courses for the meal. So let's get started. The cucumber soup is very green. We are using a lot of wonderfully green and ready vegetables, and in late summer, a lot of these things could be found at farmers markets and readily available in your supermarket. For this recipe, we need 2 cucumbers, 2 stalks of celery, 2 scallions, 2 very ripe avocados. You want them to be soft and ready to go when you throw them in the blender. We're going to be using a bunch of fresh mint. I have some fresh basil. You can use lemon basil or whatever basil you can find. And the only thing I'm adding is 1 cup of, I'm using coconut yogurt, but any plain yogurt will work. So I have that ready in this bowl to go. I did add some smoked paprika. This is going to be a finisher. You're going to wait till the end when you're actually serving to sprinkle this on top. And of course, salt and pepper, and these are we are going to be using to taste. So you're just going to kind of measure these as you go. How much you like is fine. We're just going to start with the cucumbers, and like I said, I kind of cut off the ends. I usually just kind of dice these up a little bit. When I get them into chunks, just throwing them in the blender. Again, with our celeries, I usually just kind of chop off the tops and the bottoms. I like to cut them down the middle and our scallions. Just cut those off the end, and we're just gonna dice, get a little bit of the greens in there as well, and again, just kind of throw them into our blender. The avocados are nice because they are gonna add us a little bit of kind of like the fat. The avocados are gonna make the cucumber soup just a little creamy. Again, you just wanna take out the pits. And you want to kind of take them off. Like I'm using really ripe avocados, so they are so easy to peel. And we are just going to dice these up a little bit and throw these into our blender with everything else. Now, we have all of our greens in the blender, so the only thing that we need right now is to add our yogurt. So I am going to pour my coconut yogurt right in there. And again, this is going to give it a little bit of fat and a little bit of liquid. I really do like coconut yogurt because coconut yogurt is a high-fat yogurt like the avocado, and that is what is going to give our cucumber soup the creaminess. You kind of want it to be a little thick and creamy. You kind of want to make it, you know, give it a little bit of girth to it. So this is what's going to add that to it. So now I'm just going to blend this together before I add my basil and my seasonings. I'm just going to see, you know, so far I'm just going to throw everything in there. And what I might need to do is I might need to kind of stir this up a little bit. Going to take my spatula and just kind of move things around there. And the other thing that we can do, and I would probably do this, I'm going to do this right now, is just add just a little bit of water. Because when you're working with a high-speed blender, it's the liquid that is going to kind of get things moving around. This will make it just a little bit thinner. So we let it whirl around a little bit. It's looking good. It's looking like the consistency that I would want. Let me throw in a little bit of my mint. And you can just tear this up with your hands. I don't need a knife for this. I am just going to tear it right up and throw it in there. Like I said, informal, do what you want, right? It's a great thing for the kitchen, and it's great. I love this too because it's good for beginner cooks. If you really want to make something a little bit fabulous, a little bit out of the ordinary, you're not sure of your skills, this is something that's great to start with because you can really throw this together easily and it's going to come out perfectly every time. And like I said, I want to add a little bit of salt and pepper. And you know what? I don't measure. I usually just pinch. I'm using a grinder, and I'm just going to grind some pepper in there, grind a little bit of salt, just for a little more flavor, I'm gonna use my spatula just to make sure that everything's kind of mixing in there just right. I do like the consistency. It really does seem like it's the way I want it. And here we go again. I'm going to open it up and I'm going to pour it right into my bowl. And so watch this. This is a wonderful chilled soup. I'm going to use a spatula just to make sure that we get some of the goodness out of the blender. You want to get all of the soup that you can out of it because you threw in these great ingredients. You want to make sure that everything ends up in the dish. And it's this wonderful bright, I hope you are enjoying this color. It's a wonderful bright green color. It's going to look great on a summer table. And when I sprinkle a little bit of that paprika on the bowls, that's going to give it that little zip of red and the little zip of smokiness that's going to even make it a little better. And so what's going to be nice about this is I can give it a little bit of stir. I can even use my spatula to kind of smooth the top out a little bit. But this is what we have. And so this is now ready. Your first course is done. If you like this, come into Baltimore County Public Library, check out these cookbooks and find another great number of cookbooks that we've got on the shelves. There's a world of cooking out there. It's easy, it's fun, and it brings people together. And what more could we ask for?